Students, faculty, family, and guests, members of the Board of Education and District Administration, it is my pleasure to welcome you to Centennial High School's 2020 Virtual Commencement Graduation Ceremony. Parents and families, I want to especially thank you for the contributions you have all made in making this day the celebration it is. Graduates, please take a moment to remember your friends and family who have supported you throughout your journey. Teachers and staff, I thank you for all that you have done for our students over the past few years. We are pleased to have two student presentations this evening. Please welcome graduate Julianne Shu, who will present her speech, Save Your Best for Today.
Hello, class of 2020. I'd like to start off by thanking our teachers, administrators, custodial staff, counselors, and hall monitors for maintaining our education, environment, and getting us through the whirlwind of high school. I know this isn't what any of us expected when we imagined the end of our senior year. Many of us missed our last prom, last final, last bell, and last time hearing Mr. Barnhart say, "Don't hate, participate." If I had known the last day of spring break would have been the real last day, I wouldn't have missed my AP Psych test. Sorry, Mr. Scarlett. As much as the surprise ending feels like a loss, I think there's a positive takeaway to be had. Personally, I've always been a save the best for last kind of person. Last year, when I was choosing a prom dress, I thought, I'll save my dream dress for senior prom, no need to go all out this year. So I went with a plain dress. I always wanted to audition for a lead in the spring musical, but I thought, I'll have more free time my senior year. What I learned from having an alternative end of high school is, as sensible as I thought I was being at the time, I shouldn't have waited. I should have worn the most sparkly, grand prom dress and tried my hand at musical theater, but not at the same time. I'm sure there's something we all wish we had done earlier instead of waiting for the end of high school. Next time you have something you want to do, just do it. Don't wait for what you think might be an acceptable time because you never know what might be around the corner. And no, I'm not advocating for future seniors to take an early skip day. As we all enter the next chapter of our lives, we will have to make decisions for ourselves that are much more impactful than what prom dress to wear. Just remember to take advantage of the opportunities you have in the moment and not to hold back for what might be a more convenient time. Throughout the course of high school, we have overcome obstacles as a group and as individuals. We have dealt with social probation, academic and athletic disappointments, and like a million fire drills. But compared to the emergency we now face, I bet those upsets feel like they almost never happened. As Centennial Chargers, we are resilient, flexible, and outstanding, and we all have the capacity to overcome any challenges that may arise in our futures. Before I end, I just want to say, I love you, Mr. Neitzel, Mr. Chedester, Ms. Bonham, Dr. Levizo, and in the spirit of Mr. Carter, I hope none of you watching this are wearing a hood. Congratulations, class of 2020, we made it.
Thank you, Julianne. Please welcome graduate Noni Crawford, who will present her speech, Dear Class of 2020.
Hello, Centennial's graduating class of 2020. I'm honored to have the privilege to speak in front of all of you today. Looking back on my time in high school, I remember how hard I worked to get to where I am today. The experiences that I missed out on because I had to study. The amount of money I spent on caffeinated drinks at Starbucks just to pull another all-nighter. It all felt worth it at the time. And although I struggled, I made a lot of good memories here at Centennial. Between the weekly fire alarms, the breezeway doors never being open, and the construction, Centennial really felt like a second home to me. A home I will never forget. What I want to talk to all of you about today is courage. Webster's dictionary defines courage as strength in the face of pain, but it is so much more than that. Courage can be speaking out against injustices, or, as a colleague once told me, having the strength to be uniquely you. Throughout history, there have been many courageous acts to shape this country. Each generation seems to have its own thing. The 1950s had the Little Rock Nine. The 1960s had the Civil Rights Movement. This generation has Black Lives Matter and March for Our Lives. Whether by changing laws or paving the way for others, these acts of dissent have changed our society as a whole. Grand acts of courage are important to our lives, but what about the smaller ones, the ones we often do not recognize as courage? Young people are far too often discredited. We are too inexperienced to participate in political conversations or to even have a say on things that affect us. But when you look throughout history, young people have led countless movements all over the world. It was young people that led peaceful protests in South Africa against the oppressive apartheid regime in the 1970s and 80s. It was young people that walked out of schools and filled jail cells in the name of civil rights in the 1950s. And need I remind you that Azelle Blair, Franklin McCain, Joseph McNeil, and David Richmond were teenagers when they sat down at those lunch counters in Greensboro, North Carolina. So, graduating class of 2020, never let anyone tell you what you cannot do. Courage. It takes courage to leave class and protest in the cold for gun control. It takes courage to walk into a still segregated high school and demand desegregation. But it also takes a lot of courage to get up and go to school or go to work when every fiber in your being is begging you to go back to bed. We as a society are so used to defining large-scale acts of resistance as courageous that we far too often put our own struggles on the back burner as if they are not enough. Courage is a single parent sacrificing their own needs to keep the smiles on the faces of their children. Courage is continuing to strive for your goals even when all hope seems lost. I cannot define courage for you. You must define it for yourself. If you all leave here with anything today, I implore you to recognize the courageous acts in your own lives. All of your experiences, the good and the bad, have brought you to where you are today. Please do not discredit your struggles. Your lives are important. Your stories are important. Graduating class of Centennial High School, I congratulate you on your efforts. May the rains fall soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of her hands. Thank you.
Thank you, Noni. At this time, I would like to welcome our Unit 4 Board of Education President, Mrs. Amy Armstrong, to give her remarks to the class of 2020.
On behalf of the Board of Education, I am excited to welcome all of our graduates, families, and friends here this evening to celebrate this momentous occasion. Graduates, I'm going to ask a few things of you this evening. We're not in the venue we wanted to be, and we're not here together to celebrate. But at the same time, I'm sure you're probably feeling a little anxious. So I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath. Roll your shoulders and bring them back down below your neck, and just take a minute and enjoy what's happening right now. I was reminded of a song that I love, and I will paraphrase it for you. I want you to slow down and look around the room and whomever's with you there to support you in this moment. And that's a lot of love and pride surrounding you in this moment. Your biggest fans in this life are there to support you. Or maybe they're not because they can't be with you. Or maybe you've lost someone that you're honoring in this moment. But in honoring them, we remember that you were brand new and everything they wanted. They were with you when you weren't sleeping through the night to when you were sleeping all day as teenagers. They watched you learn to crawl, and they watched you learn to walk, and then you were running. And then you let go of our hands because you could do it on your own. For every missing tooth, every bedtime story, or stories as the case may have been, for every Barbie car or lightsaber war, and sleeping in on Sundays. Before we knew it, you were teaching us the only thing love can, and that's hold on to each other through it. So try not to roll your eyes tonight when they ask for one more picture of you in your cap and gown. We know we're embarrassing, but someday you will understand when you hold a little hand. The people around you have been nurturing you to get you to this point. They are so excited for you and with you. When this big world and life might overwhelm you, remember this moment and take that same deep breath and roll your shoulders and remember you are never alone. We are right here in Champaign. Either it's Unit 4 or your family or your friends. Come on back and we will keep you safe and loved just as we have all along. So congratulations, class of 2020. Your biggest fans are very proud of you.
Thank you, Mrs. Armstrong. Class of 2020, let me first simply say, well done. I speak here for the teachers, administrators, counselors, and all who have worked and supported you along the way. When I say that it has been a pleasure to have known and grown with you over the past 4 years. We miss seeing you all and hope you and your families are all doing well. This school year definitely did not end the way any of us thought it would. We have missed out on a lot, but I'm glad we have this opportunity to come together to honor your accomplishments. As I walk around a school empty of students, I think about this class and the impressive academic and extracurricular achievements you have accomplished. In this graduating class, there are selfless teammates, driven competitors, brilliant scholars, passionate advocates for social causes, and caring young adults who have demonstrated that giving of one's time in the service of others is more important than spending it in the service of yourself. In this way, you've inspired us, made us laugh, and challenged us all over the past 4 years. Thank you. You have all overcome personal obstacles in your pursuit of this diploma, and you have all had to deal with the unique situation we find ourselves in here at the end of your final year. Your ability to face and overcome these obstacles will serve you well as you leave Centennial. We are truly proud of you. Dr. Zola, 2020 has been a great class, and I am proud to formally announce that not only have these students fulfilled all requirements for graduation as established by the Board of Education and the state of Illinois, but they have impressively shown a level of character and persistence they will surely take with them as they move on to their post-Centennial lives. It is therefore my honor to present to you Centennial High School's graduating class of 2020.
Principal Neitzel, thank you. To the class of 2020, you have been tested, more than most young adults. Many rites of passage as a senior were missed or reimagined. We see your heartache and disappointment. We also see your resiliency, your spirit, your heart, and your compassion. You are scholars, athletes, leaders, friends, and much more. We are here to celebrate all that you have accomplished in the last 12 years. Today, it is my privilege and honor to accept Principal Neitzel's affirmation that you have satisfied all graduation requirements. Therefore, on behalf of the Unit 4 Board of Education and Administration, I am pleased to accept Champaign Centennial High School graduating class of 2020. Let us now present our graduates.
Audrey Florence Addleston. Essence Ariel Agnew. Anushka Agrawal. Yejin An. Riley Andrew Akers. Jordan D. Alexander. Ahmed Karim Aljabouri. Jenna Altahan.
Nelkyle Among.
Yara Amit. Caleb Xavier Amos. Brendan Anukwu. Julia Marianne Arwari. Devonte A. J. Bailey. Taquana Barber. Tania Barker. Carolina M. Barnard. Kenneth Sagun Batak. Brooke Elizabeth Beatty. Justice W. Bolin. Kane Nicole Benschneider. Megan Isabella Bernacki. Rue N. Beausoleil. Jamie Hosa Bigham. Elena Rache Bishop. Leah Bodine. Lauren N. Bradamus. Adam S. Bramowitz. Amya Christina Bressner-Plowman. Dana E. Brooks. Lucas Coleman Brown. Walandis L. Brown. Andrew Bui. Exose Mololo Buendundu. Thomas Daniel Byrne.
Darian Keontae Campbell.
Corey Brian Dion Campbell. Joseph C. T. Cardani. Olivia G. Carr. Michaela R. Carson. David Jacinto Cerezo. Jennifer Chan. Karen Myasia Chesson. Dylan R. Childress. Seoyoung Haley Choi. Ivan Chu. Sarah Isabella Cleveland. Elizabeth Nicole Coates. Jasmine Coe. Cameron J. Cole. Emily Cielo Contreras. Noni Asata Crawford. Priscilla Cruz. Jackson Alonzo Curry. Alexander C. Dalton. Colin Daniel Daly. Armani Ariel Dave. Jada M. Davis. Ron Davis. Addison Claire Dew. Anissa T. Dome. Angel Jonathan Diaz Alcantar.
Andrew Q. Deep.
Jariah Lanice Dillon. Asia Jafar. Armani Ora Ari Dorsey Dunn. Isaiah Willie Douglas. Nikayla Michelle Douglas. Courtney A. Downs. Sylvia Dew. Ivory Danae Dugar. Erin Lynn Eastman. Samantha Grace Eastman. Jasmine Rose Reyes Eaves. Roger A. Edwards. Dallas Logan Eldridge. Ethan A. Ellis, Miriam E. Elnagar, Rowan Elizabeth Enstrom, Spencer L. Evans, Rashad R. Exum,
Dalia Baha Fadlala,
Alex Xander Fala, Michaela L. Faust, Tylif Tifu Felton, Kenya Fernandez, Peyton Flessner, Zanae T. Flintroy, Brendan J. Fraser, Rishion Evian Fraser, Molly M. Fry, Eleanor Grace Fuller, Joseph Robert Fuller, Brian Garcia Corona, Ivan Garcia Huerta, Kayla R. Gardner, Andrea Garduno, Carson R. J. Gates, Makalia Divine Jeans, Evan M. Gurnans, Jabez M. Gill, Joseph Alex Gonzalez, Talia G. Gonzalez, Drevion Al George Gordon, Ibri Sana Gordon, Viana Summer Gordon, Kayla Nakia Gray, Kendall Green, Tyler Anthony Green, Colton P. Grimes, Tammy Guo, Riley T. Hackman, Joshua J. Hahn, Taylor Lachey Hale, Eric M. Hall, Rashawn E. Halliburton, Aaliyah Delandis Hansen, Jordan Hansen, Austin Rawl Hansen, Zane J. Harrington, Nariah Harris, Kirian G. Harris Ilm, Kayla Grace Harvey, Nicholas Lee Hazenstab, Maria Catherine Heller, Zachary Allen Hellstrom, Lauren Grace Henry. Carter B. Herbert. Isaac A. Hergis. Joseph Charles Hergis. Talon D. Herman. Michael A. Hilson. Colleen Marie Herner. Jasmine Lee Hoffman. Stuart A. Holmes. Tamarian Tyrese Howard. Nathan Derek Hudson. Tari Da'aran Xavier Hunter. Caleb Daniel Hyde. James Carson Ingram. Zechariah Nathaniel Ingram. Darius Isaiah James Jackson. Paradise Jamal. Diana Laconda James. Terrell Dante James. Tanner Logan Johnston. Jamel Eugene Jones. Quentin Avery Jones. Perla Ruby Juarez. Megan R. Kafring. Min Seung Kong. Samantha J. Kearns. Bryn Elizabeth Kenner. Mackenzie F. Kirsch. Sana A. Kahn. Hannah Kim. Juhyun Kim. Virginia Lee Kirby. Benjamin Finn Kirkland. Caitlin Faith Knapp. Karine Malingo Alvaro Combi. David Alejandro Lagos Cutts. Axel Mpoto Leby. Brian C. Lamb. Grace Elizabeth Lamb. Alana Nicole Larson. Sammy Kalen Jamal Lawson. Brandon Jihuan Lee. Do-Yoon Lee.
Cumin David Lee.
David M. Lapai. Christopher Elijah Lewis. Jeffrey Leva. Jennifer Lim. Marcos Adam Lopez. Kavian Rashan Lott. Larson P. Lovelace, Leonardo A. Ludischer,
Benjamin Joachim Lowton,
Jacoby X. Luster, Dadine Talaka McKay, Angela Lustria Meligaya, Luke Manalakes, Noel Masanka, Lauren M. Matthews, Brendan Marcus Matfolk, Bryson Deontay Corpus McClendon, Naomi L. McGilvray, Andrew Mark McLean, Damian Lawrence McMullen, Shelby Rain McNaughton, Esha Sanjay Mehta, Sephora Mfwamba, Basha Simone Milam, Nathan Joseph Kyle Miller, Wilson Daniel Miller, Brett Nicholas Miner, Aaliyah S. Mitchell, Keria Jean Mitchell, Kiona C. D. Mobley, Mary Abigail C. Mundala, Danielle Monge Vargas, Henry Robert Moore, Natras Emmanuel Morris, Alara Bay Mosley, Madeline H. R. Nandrozny, Jordan J. Nasser, Vanessa Lizette Nava Matadamas, Sheree Janique Netter, Sephora Mwanda Nfingu, Rachel Wynn, Tui Wong Vin Win, Johnny Nam, Kevin Nam,
Jacquise C. C. Nickerson, Kian Nodine,
Wenquasha Norwood, Benjamin David Olivar,
Gabriel Mark Oliver,
Jakayla O'Neill, Kong Man Ong, Ferdinand Amadeo Ordonez, Kalisha M. Osler, Mardosh P. Panampabi, Andrew Junhee Park, Jeremiah Nigel Parker, Maggie Jane Pate, Manan Patel, Tyler William Peacock, Avery Lynn Petticourt,
Richalise Zaryen Perez,
Lacey K. Phillips, Matthew Constantine Pianfetti, Noah David Plemons, Leah Maureen Potter, Victor Coteron do Prado, Zuriel Carol B. Quibben, Eric L. Red,
Anaya Tatiana Lachey Reed, Alyssa D. Reefsteck, Griffin D. Reefstack,
Dominic Vaughn Reyes, Ethan O. Rice, China L. Riley,
Kayla J. Reisinger,
Julia Avery Riskin, Megan Parker Roderick, Giovanni Rojas, Christopher D. Ronk, Olivia G. Ronk, Sarah Catherine Rosenberg, Renia Ariana Ross, Luna Signs Cruz,
Hassan Salim,
Chris Enrique Salgado, Edson Jorge Salinas, Nathan Samu, Jazante X. R. Sanders, Omar Fernando Sandoval, Thomas Edward Skaggs, Caden M. Schaffner, Austin Wayne Schmonses, Ambria Donglin Shang, Gracie M. Shanks, Antolion James Shelby, Huyana S. Ziegler, Tyson Edward Sigler, Joseph Frederick Simmons, Karanveer Singh, Cody Lee Skelton, Dylan C. Smith, Mariah I. Smith, Zamora Benny Smith, Jania Latrice Siobhan Southward, Duncan Bishop Starks, John Edward Harrison Stickles, Cassidy Marie Strode. Tariq Antoine Suggs. Eldrick Cuadio Surreao. Josisaac Gabriel Talavera. Devin Ryan Taylor. Aaliyah D. L. Thompson. Austin J. Thompson. Brian Keith Thompson. Alicia Jaden Thompson Smith. Carlos Torelli. Genesis Tavilla. Kenny J. Tran. Brendan R. Trouth.
Aiden Nicholas Chuckles.
Lawrence Vias. Elena Michelle Vinton. Michael Brian Von Bush. Joshua Glenn Jacob Walsh. Savannah Ray Walsh. Maxwell L. Wallace. Tashia A. Warfield. Michaela A. West. Trent Daniel Wheeler. Malcolm Thomas Whiteside. Connor Whittington. Jamaria F. Wiley. Shantez Antonio Williams. Zoriana Elise Williams. Kira Marie Williamson. Bruce Allen Willis III. Elena Sheena Kamaria Wilson. Jonah K. Wilson. Alexandria Margaret Wimmer. Joshua L. Witt. Callie D. Wood. John Robert Woodard. Micaiah Wright. Tarian Javonte Wright. Angela Ye Shu. Julianne Shwaran Shu.
Chancellor Kai Yenis.
Alantis Young. Adam Wail Youssef. Matthew W. Zinchuk.
Thank you for joining us in today's celebration. I want to thank all of those who made this event possible. This was a great opportunity to come together to honor our graduates. Thank you, take care, and we miss you tremendously.